So we just got the premiere of A Teacher on FX on Hulu starring Kate Mara and Nick Robinson.
I never get to see you like this.
Like what?
Yourself.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brandon and this is Film Flair, where we discuss anything and everything that makes movies and TV great. So be sure to subscribe and let's talk about a great show.
We don't have to do this if you don't want to.
I want to.
Now the show is both directed and partially written by Hannah Fidell, who also wrote and directed the 2013 movie of the same name. This is just a television remake of that movie. This story explores the complexities and consequences of an inappropriate relationship between a high school English teacher and her senior year student. Now, I don't want to get into the discussion of the morality behind any of the relationships portrayed on screen. Everyone involved is of the legal age and we can't pretend like these things don't happen, because they do and they're well documented. But this feels like a very honest story about two people falling into something they never intended to and having to deal with the consequences of their actions. I think this show is something that needs to be watched without any preconceived notions going in based solely on the subject matter that it's going to portray. It's a polarizing topic, but that doesn't stop the show from trying to tell a compelling and entertaining story. I really liked Kate Mara's subtlety in her performance as Claire, the newest member of this high school teaching staff. While she is the adult of the pair, she's not really the aggressor, and that's in part to both the writing of the character and also the way her performance sells it. It works well to put her on an even field of power dynamics and makes the story more compelling. Had the character been even just a little more forward at any given point in the story so far, it would have changed the tone dramatically for both her character and the show. Nick Robinson played his role equally as well as a high school senior who falls in love with his English teacher. He was the seemingly popular kid with high aspirations and career goals, and it's not until he takes outside tutoring to help achieve them that this story really takes its turn. One thing I didn't really buy was the way and speed of which he fell in love with Claire. It just felt a bit forced and rushed, but I guess with the time restricted by the length of these episodes, they just had to hurry through this part of the relationship in order to fully explore what comes next. And I guess it did feel organic enough where I could forgive the speed. I think both Nick and Kate's performances will rise to another level as the show gets more dramatic moving forward. They did good job in setting the foundations for their characters so far, and the audience gets enough background on each of them to know where they're coming from, as well as potential conflicts for later on in the series. And speaking of the series as a whole, one thing I did like about the show was the structure of it. Now, I was originally expecting the 40-minute runtime of a typical drama, but this show instead opted for the 22 minutes usually reserved for comedies. But it worked surprisingly well here. Like chapters in a book, each episode gives us specific moments in their relationship along with enough information to get us through to the next chapter. And with it broken up like that, the first 3 episodes felt very easy to consume and covered a lot of ground very efficiently. It did feel a bit strange watching the first couple of episodes without really feeling like the story had started. But then again, the first 3 episodes of the show only covered just over 60 minutes, which is the typical amount of time for a standard show on a streaming service these days. So the first 3 episodes of A Teacher could easily be grouped into a standard pilot episode. And I think the first 3 episodes is entirely too early to judge the show on the portrayal of its subject matter. It's only just getting started and there's a long way for this story to go moving forward. But it's definitely set the stage of where it could go, and I think I might stick around to see what happens next. The trailer for the series did give me very high hopes for the show, and with only a 10-episode season, I'm expecting things to really start picking up speed from here on out. What are your guys' thoughts on the first 3 episodes of A Teacher? They've got new episodes coming out on Tuesdays on FX on Hulu. But before you guys watch that, please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. We've got new content coming out every week. But until next time, have a great day, and don't forget to watch a great movie. Bye.
I want to make you come.